This video is going to detail the construction of the tent top on my camper. The tent top is a fiberglass tonneau cover from a F350, an 8-foot bed. There are 3 hinges holding the tonneau cover to the camper. They're bolted through the wood top wall of the front of the camper. And on the tonneau cover side, I've used some hard rubber spacers to raise the tonneau cover about an inch above the wall of the camper to give some room for the weather stripping and the tent top. On the outer side of the roof, I made some retaining plates to distribute the weight and the pressure of the bolts going through the fiberglass. Once the camper roof is raised, I have supports I made out of EMT pipe, 3/4 inch. There's the aluminum trim holding the tent material to the roof. And again, the camper wall side. It's a reinforced corner, and the aluminum, I rounded the edge so as not to stress the fabric. Here's a kind of a visual diagram of how the fabric is connected to the camper wall. Imagine the wood on the bottom as the camper wall. There's my aluminum trim, and I screw multiple screws through into the wood. This here's 1/4 inch tubing, kind of stuff you connect your water line to your refrigerator with. And that's folded over, and it's all sewn in. That tubing kind of keeps it from getting pulled under and torn by the screws. And I left a little bit on the wall side to reinforce the edge. Here's a corner. My girlfriend did all the sewing. She's a professional. Don't ask me how she constructed the corners, but she did an amazing job. Kind of some cloth origami stuff going on right here. This is a test piece, and later she added reinforcing, and it all lays nice and folds nice. So the fabric is WeatherGuard 65. I bought from SeattleFabrics.com. It's supposed to be waterproof, but driving rain would actually penetrate it. So I had to use a Rust-Oleum leak seal transparent spray on it to weatherproof it. Not ideal, but it works. On the interior of the roof, I glued wood strips. They're about 1.5 by 1/2 inch thick on the tonneau cover. Then the tent material went on there, and then the aluminum trim was then screwed down to the wood through the tent material. I then drilled holes and bolted the entire trim tent material assembly to the tonneau cover with 4 bolts on each side. Here you can see the outside. There's caulking sealing the tent top to the wood trim, and then from the wood trim to the tonneau cover. I also use the caulking on the bottom side too. I use Sikaflex 221. It's really messy, but it stays flexible, and I like the performance. I like how it works out. As I fold it down, I pull in the fabric, and that weather stripping at the top on the bottom of the tonneau lays down and rests on the tent material. The front seal on the roof is constructed of garage door weather strip. Here's the weather strip. It's in two pieces that I glue together with that Sikaflex, and then glued that to the tonneau cover and to the front outer wall of the camper. It's held up really well. Before constructing the tent top, we needed to make a pattern for the tent material. So we used visqueen, like a 4mm construction plastic, and it worked all right. But looking back, I'd say use a material like a muslin or maybe a cotton sheet that has less stretch to it. And another thing I might do differently is use a different material for the tent. I liked the weather guard because it was translucent, it would transmit light, and that was nice, but its weatherproofing nature was not as good as advertised. So I would suggest, if you're going to make one, get something really heavy duty and really waterproof, some kind of like polyurethane coated cotton or something. During the designing and construction process, there was a lot of unforeseen obstacles that came in my path, and there's a lot of having to adapt and redesign and reinforce. So just keep that in mind when you construct something like this. It's not just done. It's kind of a constant project, and there's going to be a lot of changes you'll have to make along the way. Another thing I might do differently is to construct a roof myself instead of using a tonneau cover. Then I wouldn't be restricted to the dimensions of the prefabricated tonneau cover. I was a little worried about my engineering ability to make a roof, and that's why I did buy the cover. But looking back on it, I think I could have done it myself and even make it lighter. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope this is helpful.